Today's one of the most misunderstood movements. The reason behind it is many people know feminism as a rebellion against men, or a movement that places women above others, or an aggressive force that threatens society. However, feminism is none of these things actually. It stands for equality, supports women, protects their rights, but most importantly, it seeks to create fair and equal conditions to everyone. Because today, what we need is this: equalization, not humiliation; education, not restriction; and freedom, not captivity. And to achieve these things, the most important tool we have is education, not just for women, but for all society. Because for centuries, women were denied access to education. They were told that their place was in the home, not in the classroom. Their intelligence dogged, their ambition dismissed. However, feminism demanded seats for women in schools and in universities. And moreover, it asked one simple and powerful question: why should anyone be denied knowledge because of their gender? And you know what? Mustafa Kemal Atatürk asked the very same question nearly a century ago. He recognized the inequality and he took action. He led revolutions, he reformed the education system, he shaped the constitution, but most important among them is he gave the opportunity and value to women that they have long been denied. And he started to work on it. And he made revolutions, reformed the education system, and he understood that something was crucial, that a nation cannot progress unless all of its citizens are educated and empowered. And he was pretty right, actually, because if you look up the underdeveloped countries, you will see a common pattern: a lack of education and the failure to value women. And Atatürk saw that problem and he worked on to solve it. Because if he hadn't made those reforms, I wouldn't be able to stand here and give you this speech, or many of you wouldn't be able to come, step outside alone and join events like this. But most importantly, we, as women, we wouldn't be able to feel like we're free and full human beings. So this is a quite important point, actually. So I want y'all to imagine, to get the importance better. Imagine that you're waking up before sun rises, not just to yourself, but to serve others. You work tirelessly at home with no thanks, no rest, and no choice. Then imagine that you want to go to school or step outside, but you cannot. Not because of you don't want to, because you're not allowed to decide. How ridiculous is this, right? But that was the reality for countless and countless women. So that's the main reason why feminism builds walls made of voices, books, and stories. And it understands that this was no longer a women issue. This is a social and human issue. And the only way to overcome it was through education. Not just to educate women, but to educate brains and people that thinks and has the exact same mindset as Mustafa Kemal Atatürk has. Thank you so much for listening to me.